Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, we are going to learn how to do a knockout design using StitchArtist and StitchArtist 3. So if that is something you're interested in, so a knockout design is this is what we're gonna be doing in our video today. So if that is something you are interested in, if you want to learn this technique, then do stick around, keep on watching. And today what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna teach you how to do a knockout stitch using Stitch Artist 3. Now it can be done in with a lower level. However, you will have to have a second um, app like Silhouette Studio to do the knockout first and then bring it in. But I'm going to show you how, if you have all three versions of embrilliance Stitch Artist, how you could use that in order to get the knockout effect. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use a true type font and we're going to use a BX font to do this project. All right, so I'm on my screen. In order to see all your levels, you have to click on here. So this is what you're going to see when you do not have stitches. So to get their stitches, you go here where you see this little fun looking thing. It's the create button. It will show you all the levels that you have paid for. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to my true type font. Your true type font is this icon right here. It's denoted by a T and a T. You're going to click on it. When you click on it, a window is going to pop up on your screen. And that window, you are going to type your word. In this case, I'm going to type a letter. I'm going to type the word M in uppercase. And I'm going to find a font that is truly thick. I'm going to see this one. I don't like that one. I'm going to find a font that is really thick, but I need it to be a college font. So I'm going to type M and I'm going to find a font that is thick because I'm going to sort of cut out a word from it. So I need it to hold up really nicely. All right, I'm going to use the one that I'm thinking of. I'm going to use the bold. All right, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag it out so that you could see it. I don't want it too big. Okay. All right, so this is what we are going to have. I hope you're able to see because I don't want to put any color or anything on it yet. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here where it says create letters. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type the word Mel. Okay, and I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to change my text. So to change your text, you're going to go to this ABC. It's going to default to black. I'm going to go to the ABC and I'm going to choose a font that I bought on Etsy. I'm going to do this one. That one is too small. So I'm going to do something a little bit larger. Okay. I kind of want it to stay in between this line right here. And I don't want to so much make it too large. Okay, we work with that one. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scoot over the font so that they follow a natural path. Okay, so they overlap. So this is what I did. I just click on the letter and I scoot it over so that they sort of overlap. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate 90 degrees. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click on my word in my objects panel. And right here, I'm just going to change it. Right up here where it says rotate by degree, I'm going to change it to negative 90 degree because I actually want it to go the other way. So this is the way that I want it to go. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to position this. But before I do that, I'm going to select both and give it some space over here. Because remember, I'm working with a small hoop. Also, I don't want the mel to... So I'm going to bring it down a bit somewhere in the center there. I'm trying not to really resize my font because you cannot really resize the font too much because you don't want it to not stitch properly. So you have to be mindful of that. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have. This looks good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the word letters, the word mel over in my objects panel. I'm going to ensure I'm in create mode. And when I click on that word, I'm going to go up to this icon that looks like a zigzag and it is creating outline. So I'm going to create an outline on this word mel. So I'm going to click on it. There's an outline that's created. If you look over here, you're going to see that there's an outline that is created. That's what we want. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this icon, the last icon that says inflate object. So I'm going to click on it because I'm going to inflate this outline. I'm going to drag it up to about 3.5 millimeters. And the reason why I'm doing 3.5 is because I want the satin stitch, because I'm going to make the big M. The big M is going to be a applique. So I'm softening, I'm ensuring that I have enough space for that little piece of applique right there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the holes. I'm going to soften the corners because it's kind of a rounded font, and I'm going to press OK. When you press OK and you look over here, you're going to see that there's an outline that is there. What you're going to do, you're going to press the Control button and you're going to select your M. So when you select your M, you're going to go up to this icon here that says subtract, remove the areas that is overlapped. So this is the third icon in the path. I'm going to click on it. When you click on it, this is what you are going to have. So if I zoom up, you're going to see that it's there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out that little piece because I don't need it. But this is what you are going to have. This is what it's going to look like. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to actually make the M an applique. Okay, so I'm going to click on the M. I am going to ensure that I don't have extra nodes because nobody likes extra nodes. So I'm going to ensure that I don't have extra nodes that I don't need, especially around this area. And you can just click on a node and delete it, or move them around, move the bezier handles, however you want. Because remember, this is going to be a applique design. This node, I believe, I don't need. Not that one. Look at it. Some of these nodes, you don't need it. You don't want too many nodes. You could also change nodes. Okay. If you see a node that you think, oh, you don't need that, you change it. Okay. All right. So that looks okay. If anything, we go ahead and change. So what I'm going to do for that M, what I'm going to do, I'm going to first change it from artwork to run stitch. That is going to be my first run stitch, which is my placement stitch. So after my placement stitch, I'm going to need a tack down stitch or my fabric or my glitter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, I'm going to copy, then right click, and I'm going to paste. When I paste it, I'm going to have another one, but I have to change my color. So I'm going to go up to where, click on the object, the properties. I'm going to change the color to another color, and I'm going to press OK. Now, this Mel, I'm going to move it by right clicking. I'm going to move it first. Okay, I'm going to move it again and move it to the bottom, but I'm going to move it first for now. So now I have two stitches. I have the first one, which defaults to a bean. I'm going to change that to a single run, and I'm going to go to the little bow tie, and I'm going to tie at entry and exit. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to click on the other one. That one is going to be a bean stitch. So I'm going to leave it as a bean stitch because I want it to actually be a thick bean stitch where I could maybe rip my glitter or do something, All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, which is this final stitch, I'm going to copy that bean stitch and I'm going to copy it and paste it. So I'm going to have another one and I'm going to change that to a satin border. This is what it's going to look like. And for that satin border, I'm going to leave it at 3 millimeters. Why? Remember we said that we did at 3, when we did the outline, we did at 3.5 because we needed a little bit of space in between it. So that is why we did that. And I'm going to change the color. Remember, always change your color because your color changes are what tells your machine to stop. So you have to do that. I'm going to put this as a turquoise. I'm going to press OK. You can go ahead and always clean up the area if you want the curves to be a little bit smoother. But this is what you're going to have. I'm going to select both of them. I'm going to ensure that this is tie at the entrance and exit. Let me just deal with that. So I'm going to click on my satin, go to satin border, go to tie in, tie at exit, entry and exit. I'm going to ensure that the underlay is right. So I have entry and parallel. That is okay for me. And the density, I'll leave it at 4. So this is basically it. All I'm going to do, I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go to the utilities and I'm going to center that in my hoop. I am using a 5x7 hoop. This is what you are going to have. This is how you actually cut out letters using StitchArtist 3. The only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sequence my design. I'm going to put the mel at the last for the last thing to be stitched out. And this is what you are going to have. Now, if you do not have StitchArtist 3, this can also be done if you have a third party app like Silhouette Studio, you could actually go into Silhouette Studio and cut out words and then bring it in as an SVG. And when you bring it in as an SVG, you could just go ahead and add stitches to this. But this is how you will do it if you have StitchArtist 3. I do hope that you have learned something. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to stitch this out and I'm going to show you the final result of this. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch out the design for you to see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I have my design here. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and start this is what I'm gonna use for the applique portion. Alright, I'm gonna put my fabric down. Remember, when you're doing yours, you should put heat and bond on yours. I've done many videos showing you how to do that. Okay guys, I cut it out. Now I'm gonna do the satin border, then finish it off. You don't have to stay for this. I'm just gonna let it play and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this is the final result. We are finished embroidering. I'm gonna take it off so that you could see what it looks like. All right guys, so this is it. Yes, it came out really nice. Let me know if this was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the description, not the description box, the comment section. All right guys, thank you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that mini tutorial. It's so short, it's very easy to do, but my ask is that you hit that thumbs up button. Don't turn on that post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Also, might I invite you to my school community where you learn so much more about digitizing. It's an awesome community where you could get your digitizing questions answered and you could get help using digitizing. So I teach Hatch, I teach Embrilliance, and I also teach Silhouette Studio for the rhinestoners. So if that is something you're interested in, I'm going to open my 7-day free trial for you to try, and if it's something you like, then you could stick around. All right guys, until we meet again, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.